My eldest daughter Izzy is 17, she's just started her HSC year, and my youngest daughter Lucy is 9.
My daughter's 16, she's currently at boarding school in Scotland.
I've got 3 daughters. My youngest is 13, my middle daughter's just turned 21, and my eldest daughter is 23.
Well, our daughter is 17, so she's right on the brink of starting to think about what she might like to do.
I've got a daughter, she is 19 and she's studying property economics, so is readying herself to enter the property industry.
I have 2 daughters, aged 6 and 8, and I think if they were to enter the property industry one day, I would feel incredibly proud, but also deeply invested to ensure that they find a workplace that really values their contribution, respects their ambitions, and provides them with the same opportunities and salaries as their counterparts.
Look out property industry, because they're my daughters, they're pretty fierce. I'd love to think and imagine a place where they feel like all of their aspirations can be achieved, that there aren't barriers and there aren't ceilings, that there aren't wage gaps.
She's grown up with me, always working, having been in quite senior roles, travelling for work, us working as a family to support that arrangement. And so she doesn't know any different than that. So what she sees is in fact no barrier to doing any of those things, which it warms my heart.
Women still face a number of challenges, but these days they're a little bit more subtle and nuanced than they were before. I think it is still difficult for some women for their voices to be heard, whether that be at big forums or discussions, big meetings. So I think it's something that men need to be really conscious of, to really be thoughtful about making sure that they're including all the voices in the room.
My advice to my girls would be confident in your abilities, seek out mentors to champion you, and take up space in decision-making rooms, because their voice really does matter.
My concerns are the gender pay gap still needs to be closed, and this issue of everyday sexism still is an issue right across our sector, and I want her to enter a sector that is really welcoming for everyone.
I would like to see an industry which my daughters can go into, and maybe their daughters, which is an industry which is free of everyday sexism, it's free of sexual harassment, and we have a rich industry that has representation, equal representation of women and men, not only in leadership, but throughout all aspects of the industry.
If my daughter was about to start in the property industry, I would be a little bit nervous for her, depending on which sector she goes into.
It's the little comments or those little micro kind of behaviours that really make it hard.
It's also to find mentors, to have a voice, to not let them be silent in a room, to call out the bullshit, to call out when there's unconscious bias and they see it.
I'd like to think that I stand up for women and call out poor behaviour when we do see poor behaviour. I don't think enough people do that.
There's no question that a more diverse and inclusive industry is a more productive industry. What shocks me still to this day is that of the 1.5 million people who work in the broader property sector, less than 3 in 10 are women. We
need men to actively sponsor, and for that matter senior females to actively sponsor women through our organisations. If we said that for every one of those senior promotions that's made into the C-suite, that we want those people as part of their criteria to demonstrate that they've been able to do that for at least one female, I wonder where that would take us.
Gender diversity isn't an issue when you go out on the street, but unfortunately it is in the property industry.